Hi, I'm Jackie and welcome back to the channel. This is the second episode I'm recording, and this one is about choosing the hand grip for my Fujifilm X-T5. So the first question I had after getting the Fujifilm X-T5 was, do I need a grip, right? The new grip here, because of the larger battery in the X-T5 versus the X-T3, and that's what I'm comparing it to because that was the last X-T camera that I had. This grip is much nicer. It's just a little bit too short as far as height goes. So this part of my hand and my pinky don't seem to really have anywhere to go, and it's kind of difficult to hold it. The other thing is that I sometimes want to put this on a tripod, and it's really nice to have like an Arca Swiss plate that you can just slide this on to your tripod. So that's another option, or at least benefit, of getting a hand grip. So the next step was, yes, I do want to get a hand grip. So then which one do I get? I looked at the Fujifilm branded one, the MXG-X-T5, lots of letters. I looked at that one and I bought it brand new, and I tried it on and I liked it. I just was having a hard time with the price. It was $130, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm spending $130 just for a piece of metal and just a little piece of plastic over here, and do I really, maybe there's some cheaper options I could look for. So that started me down that rabbit hole. So on Amazon, I ordered a JJC brand one, and I ordered a SmallRig one. They were both, had decent enough reviews. I wouldn't say they got top excellent reviews, but they got fairly good reviews that it was worth me trying it. So what I did was I got like I said, I had the Fujifilm original, the branded one, which I returned. But then I saw on KEH that they had like new ones for $94. And I ordered one of those. And KEH is like one state away from me, so I get it like the next day. It's great. And I've bought and sold gear with KEH before in the past. And it came in, and I've got it right here. So I've got the genuine one. And then I have, back here, I've got the SmallRig one. And I have the JJC one. So let's just go over really quick which one I preferred and why, so that maybe that'll help somebody else who's trying to make a decision about it. So the first one I'm going to just talk about is the JJC one, and that's the heaviest one of all. So this was like 111 grams. This one weighs. The SmallRig weighs 73 grams and 95 grams for the genuine Fuji one. I'll put those all up on the screen. So, okay, this is the heaviest one. It's got a really nice heavy plate. It also includes a little key to screw it onto your camera, and it's got a little magnet here where you can just store your little tool. You can store it right here. So that's pretty nice. This thing adjusts really easily. So when I mount this one on my camera, I can take this little screw and pop it out, and I can just screw it on. Right, so let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to screw this on. I'm going to show you some photos, some close-up photos of these so that you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. This part of the grip is really nice. It's hard plastic. It feels very much like the camera body does. It's very nice. It's shorter in height too here, so that there's like a nice gap up here. The SmallRig doesn't have that, and I'll show you that in a second. But this one here has got a nice place for your finger to rest right here. Okay, so this one's good. This one was about $30, I think, maybe, yeah, just probably like $29 or $30 on Amazon. The problem I have with this one is this area here has got real sharp corners around it, and especially in this corner right here where you rest your hand. So when you're holding it like this, This is digging into the palm of my hand. And this juts out just a little bit further past the camera so that's what's hitting your hand is this hard metal versus this camera body that's got a nice rounded finish on the bottom. So while I liked this part of it, I definitely don't like the part that's hitting my hand. Comfort is probably going to be the most important thing for me versus price, right? So this is just not going to be comfortable. Okay, so that's the JJC one, right? So we've gone over that. There is a little bit of a hot spot here, and so that's something to consider. The next one I'm going to put on is this small rig one. Now the small rig one is really nice and light, so it's not going to add a lot of weight to your gear, right? That's great. And it's got a nice little build, and it's got extra holes here to screw in something like maybe you've got a little tripod, something like this. You can just screw it right into one of those there. That's great. Comes in real handy. Okay, so the only thing with this one is this is very soft. This is like soft rubber. This all just moves on the ends. It's hard here in the middle, but it's real soft here. So it's not made out of the same material that the camera's made out of. So this one mounts on really easy because it has a little pop-up hinge that you can grab onto, and you can just screw this without a tool at all, which is really handy. And that goes in there. And this is hollowed out a little bit more in here, so that's also adding to reducing the weight. And it's got the Arca Swiss grip, just like the other one did. And I put this one in my hand, and boy, no problem here. This feels really good because, and I'll show you a close-up of this one, but this one is cut out. So they've actually just went around. The edges are a little rounder and softer, but this one's got a nice little angle right here. So that kind of keeps that out of digging into your hand. Great, I like this. My only concern is this is really just pops right up, right? So you can just see, there it goes, right? I'm worried that this over time with running your hand across here is just gonna cause this to just permanently lift up or just be an issue. The other thing is this will collect more dust because it's kind of a rubbery piece and it's a little more sticky, not sticky, but just softer, and it's going to attract more dust. Not a big deal, you can just clean it off, but it is. It feels different. It doesn't feel like the camera body at all. It's very soft. Okay, so that covers the small rig grip, which at $39 was a little more expensive than the JJC one. But it definitely doesn't have that issue where you've got that sharp edge on your hand, right? So there you go. That takes care of that one. And then the final one is the genuine Fuji brand one. So I'm going to, this one here does nothing fancy. They just have a screw. But it does have a built-in, and this is worth mentioning, is it does have a built-in thread in the screw, so that you can mount a little tripod on there. So I don't need any excess holes, which I thought was pretty thoughtful. My copy did not come with anything to tighten this with, and I don't know if I don't recall if the brand new one that I bought did, but it's not that big of a deal because I have a little spare extra tool that I can keep with me. This little key that I got with one. I think it came with the cage that this small rig cage that I'm using on my XS20 for filming this. I think it came with that. But anyway, I've got it here so I can just easily just tighten this down. And honestly, for me, I'm probably not going to take this off because I can, like I said, it's got a screw here so I can screw on anything I want to it. I like the extra grip that I'm going to get here. And it's got the Arca Swiss plate built in, so just like the others do. So I don't believe I'm going to take that off. I put this in my hand, and this feels even better because they have this thing all recesses back here where your hand goes. And this camera's got a little bit of a rounded edge, and then it just follows on down right around here. Really nice design. They thought it out. They did a good job here because it's just cut out really nice. This honestly feels the best in my hand out of all three. Your mileage may vary. You may like the small grip one, the small rig one, because it's softer, and that may feel better in your hand, and you may go, oh yeah, that's great, and this is even lighter, so you know, and it's a lot less expensive. It's like $50, right? So whichever one you pick, honestly, whichever one you pick here, you'll probably be okay with. The only one I would say that I would avoid, just me personally, is the JJC one, because it's just too hard of an edge here, and it's just too sharp. But, you know, they've got a cute little feature on here, too, where you can put a camera strap through here and have something on the bottom. So that's something I didn't see on the small rig one. And I certainly didn't see that on the Fuji one at all. So, no, they don't have any of those options on there. So, anyway, bottom line is I decided to keep the used, like new, from KEH genuine Fujifilm grip versus the other two. I'm going to return the other two. They just didn't quite tick all the boxes for me as far as what I need. I hope this video was helpful, or at least if you've watched it this long, maybe it was just entertaining then. Again, thanks for watching. If you really liked it, give it a like. And if you'd like more content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.